Hello, today I'm here to break down the brand new and improved offer on the American Express Aeroplan Reserve card. They just increased the welcome bonus to up to 130,000 Aeroplan points on the personal card and 140,000 Aeroplan points on the business card. This makes it a super attractive time to consider getting one of the two. I'm going to break down all the features and perks from this card, as well as how to get the best value from the points that you earn with it. I'm also going to cover its strengths and weaknesses. I do think that this is an excellent luxury travel credit card, though there is some alternative options both in the same tier and some in the mid tier as well that could be better for certain people. There is a $599 annual fee, which is significant, though I think you can get thousands of dollars in value from the card if you're strategic and know what you're doing. If you do decide to get one of these cards, I have a referral link in my bio below. If you use it to apply, it helps support my channel at no cost to you. I really appreciate it. The biggest reason to apply now for this card is the brand new welcome bonus, which gets you up to 130,000 Aeroplan points on the personal card. You earn this in the following ways. You get 60,000 points when you spend 7,500 on the card in the first 3 months of owning it. You get an additional 40,000 points when you spend a total of $45,000 on the card in the first 12 months of owning it. And then you earn 30,000 points when you make a purchase between months 15 and 17 of owning the card. This offer is available until April 18th, 2025, and is a significant improvement on the 80 to 85,000 Aeroplan points that they were offering as a welcome bonus previously. There is no one specific value for this amount of points in cash, as it totally depends on what you choose to redeem your points on. Obviously, I would recommend flights as being the highest value option to redeem your Aeroplan points. And specifically for me, I focus on redeeming my points for long haul business class travel, as this is where you get by far the most value from your Aeroplan points. I'll link a video above of me flying in Air Canada's signature class, which I booked through Aeroplan points and got an excellent deal. I would say very conservatively, this amount of points is worth $1,300 in flights, though if you redeem them like I do, I would say it's worth at least 2,500 Canadian dollars, all the way up to 5,000 to 6,000 Canadian dollars. Again, all depending on what flight you book. The next most interesting perk in my mind is the unlimited Air Canada Maple Leaf Lounge and Air Canada Cafe access in North America for you and a guest when you're flying with Air Canada or a Star Alliance carrier. This card is definitely best used by someone who travels regularly in North America, and specifically in locations where Air Canada does operate a Maple Leaf Lounge. At their hubs in Toronto, Vancouver, and Montreal, they operate multiple lounges. For example, at Toronto Pearson, they have an international, a domestic, a transporter, an express lounge, and the Air Canada Cafe. So you'll have options no matter where you are departing from at the airport. Smaller cities will likely only have one lounge, and keep in mind that this card does not give you access to the Air Canada Maple Leaf lounges in Europe like London or Frankfurt. Another huge perk of the card is earning 3 times the points on eligible purchases made directly with Air Canada and Air Canada Vacations. This is such a huge perk for frequent Air Canada flyers, as the 3x points is pretty much unmatched as far as a travel earn rate goes. Other cards in the similar tier will offer 2x points maximum, so this does give it a significant edge up if you are flying a lot of Air Canada flights. You also earn 2 times the points on eligible dining and food delivery purchases in Canada, and 1.25 the points on everything else. 1.25 points on everything else is another great perk, as typically the standard rate is 1 point per dollar spent. 2 times the points on dining is not the strongest feature of the card. For this, I would look at the American Express Cobalt, which offers 5 extra points on dining and food delivery and transfer 1-to-1 to Aeroplan points. If you're looking for a card to spend on dining and food delivery, this isn't the card that I would pick. That would be the Amex Cobalt. Similarly, this card is also great when you're flying Air Canada often, as it offers priority check-in with Air Canada, priority Zone 2 boarding, and priority baggage handling. This means that you'll get in line faster, you'll get into the plane faster, and you'll get your checked bags out faster. You also get an eligible first bag checked free for you and up to 9 people traveling on the same reservation as you. Another great perk for Air Canada frequent flyers who have earned status, at least 25K all the way up to super elites, is that you can roll over any unallocated SQMs and e-upgrade credits to the following year. Typically, these expire at the calendar end of each year, December 2025 or 2026, but you get a whole extra year to use them if you have this credit card. With this card, it also comes with a base level priority pass, which gets you entry into 1,200 different airport lounges that are not Maple Leaf lounges. but because it's the base level priority pass, you still have to pay an entry fee to get into these lounges. This is different than the American Express Platinum card, which comes with a higher level priority pass, which lets you get into these lounges for free with no additional entry fee, which will probably be about $50 Canadian per person. So one pro tip is that if you are traveling internationally a lot, I would look at getting the American Express Platinum card, as the global airport lounge coverage is significantly better than this card. However, if you are specifically an Air Canada frequent flyer and you're flying mostly within North America where Air Canada operates Maple Leaf lounges, then this card is probably superior to the American Express Platinum card for you. Both are great, but it just depends on the specific person. You also get $100 in statement credits every 4 years for a Nexus application. I think this is so worth it. I love having my Nexus card. You can also earn an annual worldwide companion pass with Air Canada if you spend $25,000 in purchases on the card before your anniversary date renews. This is a nice extra perk if you can meet that minimum spend. It will cost an extra $99 to fly somewhere in North America to up to $599 on a ticket for long-haul international travel. One thing that is absolutely going to make or break how much value you get from the Aeroplan Reserve card is how you redeem your Aeroplan points. I strongly recommend getting familiar with the Aeroplan redemption chart. I'm going to link it in the description below. This is what determines how much a flight costs in Aeroplan points. And there's a bunch of different rules and fare classes depending on the area that you're flying, as you can see from the travel zones here, and which specific airline you're flying with. For example, you're flying within North America, the economy seats are going to start at 6,000 points for a flight under 500 miles, and so on and so forth for each different tier. One trick that I like to do is specifically to look at booking with Air Canada partner airlines in the Star Alliance, but not with Air Canada or the partners that follow a dynamic pricing schedule. Dynamic pricing just means that the flight could cost a bunch of different prices based on the demand on that flight. But if you can find a partner airline that has availability, it's always going to be the specific flat pricing. So I pulled up an example over here that you can see. We were flying Montreal to Munich in midsummer, a super expensive time to travel. But you can see here, we have a flight operated by Lufthansa, and it's 35,000 for economy class one way or 60,000 for business class, which is an absolute steal. These are even in the 1x2x1 lie flat seats, which I've actually flown before and have a review coming out soon. Excellent experience. But as you can see as we scroll down, these Air Canada flights through Toronto are priced dynamically and are just a ridiculous price that does not offer good value at all. It's not a perfect comparison, but if we compare to cash prices on the exact same flight, it's over 8,000 Canadian dollars. This is inflated as one-way business class cash flights are typically ludicrously expensive, but it does show the point that having points opens up so many more options to take specific flights that you wouldn't be able to when paying cash. That's part of the reason why I love points and I focus on collecting them so much. There are a few cards that I would consider as an alternative to the Amex Aeroplan Reserve. TD and CIBC both offer a very similar card that offers basically the same perks with a few minor differences, though the biggest one right now is that the welcome bonus on the cards is a lot smaller. For TD, it's up to 85,000 Aeroplan points in comparison to the 130,000 on the Amex Aeroplan Reserve. That's a big enough difference for me that I would prefer getting the Amex Aeroplan Reserve, even though Amex isn't taken everywhere in Canada. In my experience, it's still taken at most places. And the place that you're likely to use the card most is with Air Canada, which obviously does take American Express. If you like the idea of Air Canada perks, but the $599 annual fee is above your budget right now, I completely understand. I think a good alternative in this case is the mid-tier card, either the TD Aeroplan Visa Infinite or the Amex Aeroplan card. Both have an annual fee of $120 or $139, though the TD is probably the move right now. It has a first-year annual fee rebate. You can get that through the link in my bio below. First year free, and it's a referral link which helps support my channel. I appreciate you. You don't get as many Aeroplan points as a welcome bonus, only up to 40,000 instead of the up to 130,000, but obviously the annual fee is a lot lower and it still comes with some great perks like a first free checked bag, a Nexus credit, and a welcome bonus of Aeroplan points that is still quite good. The one comparable card is the American Express Platinum card. It does have a $200 more annual fee, $7.99 for the year, but it does get you unlimited airport lounge access to Amex's Centurion lounges and all of the Priority Pass lounges, which the Aeroplan Amex card does not get you access to. Right now, its welcome bonus is a little bit smaller than the Aeroplan Reserve card, up to 100,000 membership rewards points, which is still a great offer. But if you are a Air Canada frequent flyer or you just want the maximum amount of points possible, the Aeroplan Reserve card is the better option right now, though this is always changing. Finally, as I quickly mentioned, my favorite travel credit card overall is the American Express Cobalt card, specifically for its one main perk, which is the 5 times points on groceries, food, dining, food delivery. This is really an unmatched perk in Canada, and its points transfer to a bunch of different airline partners one-to-one, including Aeroplan, but also many more airlines like British Airways Avios points or Air France KLM Flying Blue, which transfer at a 1 to 0.75 rate. I think in my ideal world, I would have the American Express Cobalt, a luxury card like the American Express Platinum or Amex Aeroplan Reserve, and then one Visa or MasterCard to use when they don't take American Express. Thanks so much for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you're interested in more Canadian points and travel content, and I'll see you in the next video.